If you're on social media the way I am, you know that this item completely went viral. And when we got it here for HSN, I could not believe the price. $39.99 is the lowest price anywhere. Social media, in any store, any retailer, online. It is the Bell+Howell 5-speed socket ceiling fan and light. And you can just take a look on your, come to your television and see a light bulb, and then you put in a fan. It is as easy as screwing a light bulb. Chad Allen is our special guest who we've been referring to because he's all our buddy here at HSN. You just have to choose if you want black or white. I know Bill said he got the black.
Yes.
I know white is flying out the door. Very, very popular. And you know, when I think about installing a ceiling fan, I think about calling an electrician, going to that fan store and like picking out like what kind of, writing a check. And then I think, oh gosh, you know, I hope I'm off that day for the installation. But when I got this, I was like, okay, if you can screw in a light bulb, it's like that joke. How many show hosts does it take to screw in a light bulb? It takes one if it's a fan from Bell+Howell.
That's right. And this is, well, first of all, Bell+Howell, I should start with the brand. Been around 117 years. We present in 99 countries. HSN was the first shopping channel. It's where we started with our first shopping channel. And now we are presenting in literally 99 countries. Thanks to great customers like you here at HSN. I'm holding a ceiling fan in my hand, one-handed, all like this. I'm gonna show you how to put it together because it takes about 15 seconds. I'm gonna put down the extender, grab the base. This is your, that is from the fan, blowing everything. I have been able to keep nothing on this table
I'm
today.
going to walk in front of the TV and I'm going to get that for you, buddy.
You're the sweetest host
I'm going to hold
all day.
Okay, there you go.
So I'm going to put that behind
Put that down there so it doesn't get, everything's getting blown off the table for the fan.
It's serious, by the way. It's blowing everything. Okay.
It's actually cool right here. I'm like freezing. I'm going to come over here.
I'm going to keep it together. All right, here we do. We're going to click each blade into place. This only takes 30 seconds. These blades are short but mighty. I'll get into why the engineers did it this way. Basically so it doesn't hit your wall. We know your recessed can lighting is be very close to your walls. And so we had to create blades that are angled precisely to give you all the airflow you need without touching other things around it, right? And we also give you an extender. So that looks familiar, any standard light socket. If you have recessed or can lighting or just want further away from your ceiling, you screw this right onto the top.
That's not extra, it comes with it?
You're actually gonna get 2 of them. So I could put 1 or I could put 2 and make it even longer. That's up to you. I don't need to use those in my house. I can just screw it right into a standard light socket. Same thing with here with our in-studio prop, for example. And I'll put this down just so I can show you how simple it is. You don't have to use the remote control if you don't want to. You can use the switches in your house like you always have. Okay, so now it's off. I flipped the switch. I'm gonna unscrew this because I'm moving. I wanna change the room. It's a hot summer day and I'm gonna take it out to the porch, right? Take it down. There's a standard light socket, boom, boom, boom. Now, there is no power going to this. Remember I turned it off when it was on high speed and high fan and high, all that? Watch this. I screw it right back in. There's a memory built into it. And so I flip the switch, not touching anything. Here's my hands. The fan automatically kicks back on exactly like it went off. That means you're able to maneuver through your home and use the same light switches you've always used without ever thinking about the settings that you enjoyed because you have 5 fan speeds and 3 light settings. So once you find what you want in that space for your own self, just flip the switch like you always do. That's how easy it is.
All right, I got some questions right away.
I'm ready.
All right, the light, is it iridescent or is it LED lights? Like what kind of light is it?
LED technology, so there's LEDs on the inside. You can never change them. You don't install anything.
So I don't have to change the light bulbs in there?
No, there is not an LED on the market that lasts less than 50,000 hours. So even if these are not they're not the cheapest of the LEDs, that's for sure. This is Bell+Howell. We've won Academy Awards for our lighting.
Yeah.
But I always speak to what is the worst case scenario.
It's 50,000 hours.
Do you know what that is if you ran this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? That's almost 6 years of continuous light running 24 hours a day. You won't use it like that. And before you ever need to replace it, and for like literally $40 for light for 6 years, that's insane. You are getting 3 light settings. There's off, low, medium, and then super bright 1,000 lumens. That's like 1,000 candle lights in your home or your garage or your shed.
So you get 2 extenders to have it, you know, longer if you want to.
Yeah.
You get the remote control, and then and that is like a little strip if you want to put the remote control case on the wall.
Yeah, because
you don't even have to install that. You can just peel and stick it.
Absolutely. We could have left this out. So we gave you a bracket for the remote control. We're going to give you screws. We're also going to give you 3M tape. And that gives you a holder for your remote, so you never lose it. Honestly, we could have left this out.
Yeah, I was going to
say, here's your remote control.
Right. But I like that because I do lose the remote controls, and it's nice to have it near where you put it in. I think about so many places, and I know so many people that work here have told me where they're putting it. But the garage, there's never a ceiling fan in the garage, or maybe you have that naked light in the attic, and you've got to go up there and rearrange. That's where you do your storage. I know in my house that's where I store a lot of stuff. The idea of buying a ceiling fan for that, it would be ridiculous, and it would be too, the fans would be too big. It would hit stuff, and it couldn't be very low because it's not this big, but you want it to be cool when you're up there doing stuff.
Yeah, the other difference there is where you want that fan in your attic or your basement or even your sun porch doesn't have the beam support, the structure needed to support the weight of a traditional ceiling fan.
How much does this weigh?
Almost 2 pounds. It's less than 2 pounds.
Less than 2 pounds.
Your light socket by itself can hold up the fan without any problems at all. When you have a traditional, you call an electrician, you hire an electrician to come out and install a ceiling fan, you have to have it, and you gotta have it screwed into the beams of your home so it can support that weight with the light and the fan and all that together. Bell+Howell has really figured out how to give you a small, compact design that will fit anywhere in any socket, but deliver the quality of speed that you've always wanted. The other question we always get is, the assembly, which I showed you, which takes 30 seconds, but how easy is it to move? That goes back to the very beginning of the presentation.
Right.
I'm not tricking you. Like, there's no camera trick or some magician behind it. It's screwing in a light bulb. My hardest job today has been to show you how powerful the speed of the wind is, and then also try to tell you I'm not doing anything fancy. Like, I'm not special here. I'm just screwing in a light bulb.
Right. That's all. If you can screw in a light bulb, you can screw this in and have a ceiling fan wherever you want to have it cool. And I like the idea that you've got that extender. We're showing it right there. If you've got that recessed lighting, and if it's like listen, if you have an older home, which I do, and then there's parts of your house that doesn't quite get the air circulation, you could have it, or maybe in your bedroom. I honestly don't like those huge ceiling fans. They're freezing. I think they're too much. I'd like to have it where it moves the air, but it's not like, it becomes like everything's blowing around like I'm in an airplane hangar. This is, maybe the kitchen. Maybe you don't have great circulation in the kitchen, and the smoke alarm's always going off because that doesn't go. I mean, this isn't surprising that it's been so incredibly popular today. By the way, this is the lowest price that we found. Like, I'm legally allowed to say that. They looked high and low, and Chad represents the brand here, so we know everywhere else it is. We for sure have the lowest price. And this is something that you've seen on social media. It's been one of these viral sensations. We already had it locked and loaded for today, so we already had all the quantity like scooped up in our HSN baskets, so waiting for you guys for today. So that's why we have it, and you can't get it other places. It's because we thought ahead, and we were like, oh my gosh, everyone's gonna have it. And let's look at the temperatures across the country, because I know we're just kind of coming to the end of April, but already it's like in the 80s some places. High, like in Atlanta, Miami, 83, Baton Rouge, 84. It's 85 in San Antonio. It's Las Vegas is 87 degrees, and it's not even May 1st. All right, Tucson and Phoenix, forget about it. They're already in the 90s.
What happens in June?
And it's at, I don't even,
July.
I don't even want to, you're going to need this fan. So we can only crank our air conditioners up so much, and then you look at your bill, your air conditioning bill, Chad, and then you need the fan for another reason, because you're like, I can't believe the price of my bill.
You're gonna have a light bulb in the socket.
You're gonna have that anyway,
right?
And those old incandescent lights are hot to the touch.
That is hot, by the way.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say they're hot to the touch.
Yeah.
Like you have to turn them off, let them cool, take it off. These LEDs, they don't heat it up.
Never.
They're not heating it up. So you're right away. It's cooler because you take out that incandescent bulb and get rid of it. It's old technology. You have to change it all the time. This has got 50,000 hours of illumination.
And move it to the kitchen
Amazing.
when you're having those big gatherings, when there's more people in your house than normal. The kids' room, the garage, the shed. If you have a basement, the basement needs that circulation, the attic needs that circulation.
Right.
Again, you have a remote control, so think about anybody in your family who may be aging, who has to go down the stairs or go up the stairs to the attic. You can just flip on this instead of waiting to get down 5 or 6 steps to pull that pole chain.
Yeah.
This works for you. Okay, I have a really fun demo with the balloons. You
Yes.
want to walk over with me?
I'm coming over.
So a little party in the studio.
Yeah.
We're going to call it Customer Appreciation Month Finale.
Okay. All right, that's a good name because that's what's going on.
Well, I read the television. It's
Yeah,
great.
okay, right.
Okay, so here's what we're doing, Helen.
Okay.
So, oh, by the way, our lighting department here at HSN, very official, got a tape measure out, did these exactly 8 feet from the ground, like standard ceiling height in your home.
Okay.
I put balloons here and the fan is off. You can use the light by itself, the fan by itself, or both combined. That comes into play when you're sleeping and you don't want the light on. Okay, here's level 1. I'm gonna try to show you 5 speeds. That's challenging for me because it's television. Now, they sway, right? They just sort of stay where they're at.
This is one, the lowest speed.
Lowest speed. This is a nice gentle breeze, and there's a difference between breeze and wind.
Okay.
Here's level 2. And we'll spend 2 minutes here or so, just so you get an idea. This is where people really understand the power of the socket fan. Okay, so now they're swaying more. Here's level 3. I call level 3, see how it's pushing them down? Level 3 is like, I just got back from a workout. I just got back from walking the dog. I need that breeze to cool me off. All right, now we're menopause, hot flash.
Why is he looking at me now?
Well,
yeah, the shoe fits.
Helen and I are actually friends. So
Yes, exactly.
I'm going to put it on level 4 and level 5 to show you that it will go against 6 helium balloons working in. Helium is trying. It's trying to rise up. And the fan is going, no, thank you. And it's pushing them all the way back down. That is so, and by the way, again, the socket fan in light is 8 feet up. That's all the way on the ground, okay? I don't want you to think, and this is the big message here, Helen, I don't want you to think like, oh, I have to be right here in 1 foot from it to feel it.
No, I'm cold right here.
I'm freezing.
It's so cold, because it's very air conditioned here, but it's blowing the air conditioning. But I was gonna say, I like that you can have the light off and the fan on, because that's something else that and also a ceiling fan. I have a ceiling fan story. You know, when Eddie and we moved to the beach, and I got these fancy ceiling fans for the outdoor patio, and then we only lived there 2 years and we left. And I remember saying, I actually said this to Eddie yesterday. I said, I hope they're enjoying those ceiling fans that we spent so much money on.
What were you going to do? Hire an electrician to take them back down?
Yeah, no, of course not.
No.
It would be ridiculous. But look at this.
This is what I'm gonna do.
I mean, this did not exist. These are, again, new technology, new technology.
Instead of buying a light bulb, which quite frankly, some of these LED light bulbs could cost you this much. I went shopping. You're going to put something in that socket.
We sold LED light bulbs here at HSN when they first came out, and they were about $60 a bulb.
Exactly right. Especially if you're talking like smart, add a ceiling fan on top of that. Okay. You're going to put something in that socket no matter what happens, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to put a light bulb there, why not, even if you only use the fans on special occasion, why not get the latest of LED technology with the circulation that you really need in your home? Because when you have circulation in your home, and I'm just going to screw this in while I talk, then your HVAC system is getting help. Then your air purifiers are getting help, circulating the air. Flip the switch like you always do. The light comes on, the fan will kick right back on. It reads that memory after 3 or 5 seconds.
Right.
It knows exactly where it went off. This is patented technology. Bell+Howell does not play around. It has been around for 117 years. We don't have the luxury of making mistakes, right?
Right.
And at the end of the day, when you look at the difference in an incandescent bulb on your skin or on your clothing versus like LED real lighting, you want to do.
I'm actually warming my hands by the incandescent bulb because it's cold in the studio. Because when you have that wind blowing, it really warms you up.
And so you want to do your makeup like in this lighting where you can actually see and it looks real. This is too candlelight, like a romantic dinner. You know, I'm going to be outside. I need to be able to see what people are going to look at, right?
Right.
And there's no trickery. Look at the difference just in my face as I move back and forth. Let me turn this one off.
And
That's
what looks better?
And
what looks
boom.
more modern? And let's also talk about cleaning a ceiling fan.
Oh my gosh.
That is one of the things that I think we haven't even talked about enough, because you have a ceiling fan. We sell special long pole things with the fuzzy things on just to clean the ceiling fans.
Because it's hard.
Because it's hard. Not this. You shut it off, unscrew it. You could take them off. You just wipe them off and then put it back on yourself.
I've already taken apart the fan I put together.
Yeah.
You can do this and throw it in your luggage and take it with you to the cabin. Take it with
absolutely.
You to the Airbnb.
What a great idea.
Exactly. The dorm rooms are a big place for these because they have sockets and it's stuffy and they have no AC in some of those dorm rooms still, which is crazy to me. How about the church?
My daughter did not have air conditioning in her dorm in San Diego.
Right, and nothing costs more for rent than a dorm room.
Yeah, and you think, oh, it's California, it's not gonna be hot. Oh, it was very hot when she moved in.
Yes.
It was very hot.
Yeah, but even like, think of the classroom for the teacher who's in a stuffy classroom. Think about the church where they're having Sunday school, where the kids are all gathered. If you can afford to pick up a second one to donate, please do, because this is gonna benefit a lot of people. My grandparents' house, always 95 degrees. I don't care what day of the year it is. It's like they can't feel it. And I'm a little worried about that. I'm like, you guys got to cool down a little bit.
I visit my parents, and they're both 90, and it's like so freezing in the winter and so hot in the summer.
Right.
There's no modulated temperature. I don't know what it is.
And I just assembled that fan in the last 15 seconds.
Yep.
That's how great this is. Okay. So now you understand what this is. You probably have seen nothing like it unless you're on TikTok every day, which we have, tons and tons
which
of.
I am not.
Customer, what do they call it? User-generated content, where people are putting in their bathroom, where they're putting in their closet, where they get ready, where they get dressed, above their vanity, where they put their makeup on. The women are loving it. But I am surprised at the amount of men who are putting this above their workbench and their shed or their garage, where they come in from mowing and they're like, oh, I just want to crank that on 5 real quick. If you've seen this out in the market, if you are one of those people, I can guarantee you it's only been a 3-speed version, okay? This is 2 speeds above 3. We didn't pick the middle lane between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 to give you 5 speeds. No. We made it much more powerful than ever before. And you never, ever have to change those bulbs. In fact, you can't. You can't even get to them.
Do you think about those Florida rooms that we have out here? I guess they call them screen porches, other places around the country, where it's like you go out there because you want to have, screens where there's no bugs, but the circulation doesn't quite get inside that room. You want to sit outside, but then it very quickly gets too hot. This is a great way to have that. And, we've got some great personal fans coming up, but when you have a ceiling fan, you're really maximizing a whole room. And I love that you did that demonstration with the balloons to really show the power of this, because even though the blades may not be these ginormous, huge industrial sized blades, they're big enough for a room. They're big enough for a room inside a house.
I've had to hang on to this with 2 hands because it's about to blow out of my hands. Okay, Helen points out the short blades. And I just want to make the visual point with the prop here in front of me, because that would be your socket. This would be like your wall of your house, this middle column beam.
You can't have big blades in those places or it would hit the wall.
Bingo.
Yeah.
You just couldn't.
This is such a great idea. But I'm telling you, I'm over here. I'm so, my hands are like ice. Yeah. It's so cold from the wind, from that. That really is, because I honestly, I hadn't seen it in action, but I'm really feeling it now. And it is just as effective as a giant. But what I like is you've got those settings of, you can have it on a lower setting if you want. Yeah. Because a ceiling fan, you ever go to it and you pull it has these things, you pull it once and you're like, I think that's go. Is that stop? Is it stop? Is it go? Is it lights? Is it lights? Is it lights and fans? Is it lights, fans, light, fan? What? And it's like I'm there for 40 minutes trying to figure out what's what.
It's spinning so fast.
Did it break your little prop there?
This has to be a joke. This is not, I'm not kidding here, folks. This is real live
broke
TV.
Your prop.
Now my prop is broken.
Yeah.
That's how strong the
right, but what I like is you got a remote control. You could be like on, off.
I'm gonna turn that down a little bit.
Yeah, could you? I need a parka. There it is.
I tried to get Adam to stand on this side so I could stand on that side.
Oh, really?
He's like, no,
he was like, no. He has a blazer on too, I'm guessing. Because he always has a blazer on.
Of course he does. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you use the extensors or not. It all works exactly the same. Do you know who, and I saw her video pop up here.
Yes,
you're gonna
I
play
see that.
that.
Yeah.
There's the longest running host here, Bobby Ray Carter, who I really admire.
Longest running host on the planet Earth.
Period.
She's the original OG, and we've got her.
And what I find so impressive about this video is there's not a product that's ever been at HSN she hasn't seen.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And she's
True
impressed.
story.
Yeah.
Right. All right, let's take a listen to that video.
Okay, here's my fan. I am installing my very first fan, by the way. So all you do, and is like it's a regular light socket. So I'm just gonna hold it, try to hold it straight, and just twist it and twist it. And then hit the fan. So there's the fan. And then that's one. But check this out. I hit it again, second speed. Hit a third time, and let me tell you, it's really blowing some air. A fourth speed. Woohoo! 5 speeds. Whoa! And you can actually see if I stick my hair underneath it, it's blowing my hair. Yeah. Ta-da! I did it! Bell+Howell. It's an amazing Today Special coming up. You don't want to miss it.
I love how excited she was. That sense of like, I did it. I did it.
You know Bobby.
Yeah.
She's like this big.
Yeah.
And this thin. And
right.
she needed no help.
Right.
So if you're a single woman.
And her husband does a lot of construction stuff too. He does knows how to. He probably does all that stuff.
I asked. I said, Jerry didn't help you? She goes, well, he was holding the camera. I said, okay,
Right. Yes, he did. He held the camera. But I love that she did that video just to show how incredibly easy it is. If you could screw in a light bulb, you can screw this in and then use the remote control. Now, the remote control uses batteries, but they're already installed and included, right?
You're just going to pull the tab. It's
so
like
you don't have to buy anything else?
No, you don't buy anything else. No
batteries, no nothing?
No, not at all.
Because the remote control comes with batteries.
We even color matched back every single thing.
Even the extender matches the remote control. If you get the black, you're going to get the black extender, black remote control, black holder for the remote control.
Oh, what you can't see is sort of this. We give you some 3M tape and some mollies to mount your bracket for your remote. So you always know where your remote's at.
The extenders are white, and then also the remote control is white. Let's go back over to the balloons, because we're going to try to show you, if you're just tuning in, how much power this fan has. How far back can I stand? I'm going to take that blanket from the couch in 2 seconds. It's getting cold.
At noon, she grabbed the blanket off the bed.
Did she really?
Not kidding.
No,
Okay.
I'm not. I wasn't kidding either, because it's definitely cold.
My little 30-second spiel, it's 8 feet off the ground like normal ceiling height. Balloons are just representing the wind speed. I'm going to turn it on to 1. What we're looking for is how much the balloons move, right? To show you the wind speed. 1 is a nice sway. It's going to be a great circulation for the attic. That's running 24/7, keeping the air just moving, so nothing gets musty.
I actually like that it has like a gentle setting, because I don't like the high settings. I feel like they dry my eyes out.
Oh, this would not dry your eyes out.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like, I like that it has a very low. It's moving the air. It's gentle. I like that, because I think it's very personal.
Yes.
How much you want that.
Well, that's why we put a memory in it also. So when you set it, you can forget it and just flip your light switch.
Turn the light on and off, and it'll always go to that. I love that.
So now we're on 2. They're dancing a little more. I'll just put it up to 3, because I know we're going to be running out of time in this presentation. Now, you'll notice on 3, the balloons are starting to dip a little bit. We're going to show you that. You see how they start to drop? They're not as high as they were. They're not just swaying. Now they're falling and swaying. How about 4? Right? How about 5? When I put it on 5, I'm going to just step back. They are 6 helium-filled balloons that are meant to rise. Helium goes up, right? And the fan is blowing them down. The balloons have lost. They've lost all day.
Right.
And by the way, I've been replacing these every 3 to 4 hours so that everyone knows the helium is real and it's new. These are not like old balloons, right? These are strong, real balloons. I wish I could just pop one and suck the helium and make my funny voices.
It'll have some fun with that. Yeah.
The point also that I'm showing you is I can feel the fan here. Helen can feel the fan there.
Yeah.
You do not have to stand directly underneath it to feel that it's going to bounce and circulate the air in your entire home. You know what that means for you? You're going to be comfortable. Your HVAC system's going to love it. Your air purifiers are going to love it. Your pets are going to love it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be that cooling solution. I think about, every dorm room, garage, attic, kitchen, bedroom, living room, dining room, any room where you want the air circulating. And I showed you the weather map of how the temperatures, we're not even at May yet. We're at the very end of April. Right. And already we're seeing like in the 90s in Las Vegas and like Arizona. So the item number is on your screen. It's 869-591. Could we show those temperatures again around the country? Because I was like, oh, that's not so bad. And I went, wait a minute, it's not even May yet. It's still April, because I'm seeing like 93 in Phoenix and Tucson, 91, 87 in Vegas, San Antonio, 85 in Texas, Louisiana, Baton Rouge, 84. In Atlanta seems cool, it's 77, but we're not even in June, July, or August, as I say, the dog days of summer. And then you're just like, oh, somebody move this air around. And then you go, okay, then you start spending big bucks, right? Because you will spend anything at that point. But why not, for $39.99, get our Today Special from Bell+Howell. What a great, and you know what? Maybe you get 2 of them. Maybe you've got a room where you want to have two of them. If you've got like a bigger house, this is great. And by the way, when you move, you can take it with you. If you're going to like a lake house that doesn't have air conditioning and something, pack it up in your suitcase. You could take the little, I can't remember. What are these? Blades. Oh, the blades. You take the, I was like, what are these called again? You take the blades off, and when you unpack it, it's like you can just pop it in your suitcase. Like it'll be like a blow dryer, you know?
You've got to use some force because they do click in, but you absolutely can do it. You're not going to harm anything. And then they click right back into place, so it means you can throw it in your suitcase if you need to do that. I carried it out here at the beginning of the presentation in one hand.
One hand.
This is a ceiling fan you can install by yourself. As an independent person, you do not need help. If you can screw in a light bulb, you can now have a ceiling fan wherever you want to.
Wherever you want to. All right, Chad is staying with us because we've got more items from Bell+Howell to keep you cool with this summer coming up. But we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we've got a 2-pack from Bell+Howell.